the oven. No, JD Vance is like doing some wild ass shit. It was on Joe Rogan the other day.
Well, again, like, say this with all candor, like, we absolutely screwed up the comms of the Epstein files, like we just did. But do I think the reason we screwed up the comms is because we were trying to hide something? No. But, like, we did release all these files.
Hey, not all of them. Not all of them, pal. Not on time either.
Did it take longer than it should have taken? Yes. But we did release these files. And again, the problem here is not like anything that's in the files or not in the file.
It's because Trump is in the files.
If people want to say we mishandled the Epstein release, guilty. We did mishandle, especially the communications of it. Well,
then hold people accountable. You don't hold people accountable ever. Where was it about Israel? Hold on, let me see if I can find it real fast. JD Vance. Oh my God. Sorry, Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez announced that they have officially recognized the state of Palestine with East Jerusalem as its capital. Huh. Yeah, Spain wins this World Cup.
Is just bad staff work, man. The way that he ate ice cream, I mean, it's like, you know, we could bring some of this stuff up, but it's like they would get him eating ice cream in the most ridiculous, suggestive way imaginable.
I know.
What the fuck are we talking about?
In our defense, yes, was there some, you know, bitching and moaning, and was there some back and forth? Yes, but we eventually collected 6 million documents as part of the effort. The president, people say the president...
Schizo? It did get auto-blocked, but I don't mind it. These are issues with the vice president concerned himself with. Yep.
Was forced into releasing the documents. Like, again, the idea that Donald Trump could not have killed that legislation, especially with the United States Senate, is a joke. He absolutely could have killed it. What did he do? He actually said, nope, we're going to release these files.
Actually, no. He did want to kill it. But guess what, bitch? People realize that once Trump is gone and done for, like, this shit's going to blow back on them.
He thought, you know, he was annoyed by the story. He was annoyed by the Democrats accusing him of doing things bad. By the way, like...
Oh, dude. I wouldn't say the term schizo, by the way. Can I be offensive to actual schizophrenics, by the way, just saying, like myself? Shit, does me saying schizo offend you? I'm sorry. I say it quite a lot. But if you don't think I should, I'll tone it down. Sorry, Evie. Love you.
Like, do I think there is any...
Love you, my friend.
A single piece of credible evidence that the President of the United States engaged in wrongdoing with minors. Ever.
Not true. Yeah, JD Vance is like fucking psychotic, dude. On top of all of this, JD Vance demanded the Secret Service take him to his son's golf practice.
Of new reporting on Vice President J.D. Vance's questionable use of the Secret Service. Check this out. Quote, Vance's security detail fed up with hastily arranged personal and family travel requests.
Psychotic. Guys, this guy's using your tax dollars to cart his family around.
Sources familiar with the agent's frustration tell MS Now the Vance family frequently presses the Secret Service staff for perks and for last-minute personal travel. Just last Thursday, the family demanded that agents join a military helicopter crew to fly his young son to his golf lesson across town.
My God, dude, he's such an influencer politician.
Turns out that flight was later canceled due to weather, but they have also used the choppers to house hunt in Virginia. Operating that helicopter cost taxpayers between $16,000 and $24,000 an hour. Agents have also shared concerns internally about, quote, trips and assignments that some agents consider as inappropriate or even unprecedented use of government resources. Carolyn.
Yeah, this is even worse than Pete Hegseth. Like, this is worse than Pete Hegseth's use of military vehicles. Because, like, this is, like, holy shit, I can't believe you're actually doing this. Not like, oh, yeah, Pete Hegseth using military vehicles for his personal deal. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Are we fucking serious? We're using the Secret Service to not bus you around, but bus your family around? The Secret Service made stickers.
Exclusive MS Now reporting that the vice president's security detail has gotten fed up with his expensive last-minute travel demands. Multiple sources tell our Vaughn Hilliard and Carol.
The Secret Service has to hate J.D. Vance.
That includes a request to fly J.D. Vance's young son to a golf lesson on the military helicopter Marine 2.
Zero reason to do that, by the way.
And last-minute chopper rides for the Vances to go house hunting in Virginia. The frustration has boiled over to the
House hunting in Virginia, man.
point that agents have made custom coins and stickers to mock the frequency of the travel requests. The slogan, Bobcat OTR Survivors Club, a nod to Vance's codename Bobcat and his OTR, or off-the-record movements. Vaughn and Eddie are back with us. Vaughn, the vice president's office gave us this statement in response to your reporting, quote, the Vances are grateful to the men and women of the U.S. Secret Service who serve our country with distinction while protecting a vice president with a large policy portfolio and a young...
God, he has to be... Are they AI? Oh, probably. I don't know. They could not be AI. How do we know that? Are these AI? Did she say that? 100%. They also could just be like... I don't know. They could just have templates.
Name Bobcat and his OTR, or off-the-record movements. Vaughn and Eddie are back with us. Vaughn, the vice president's office gave us this statement in response to your reporting, quote, the Vances are grateful to the men and women of the U.S. Secret Service who serve our country with distinction while protecting a vice president with a large policy portfolio and a young and growing family presents a unique challenge. Agents of the Secret Service do so with excellence every day. All right, tell us about the Bobcat Survivors Club.
Right. Carol and I were told by multiple sources that all of that is accurate, that the vice president does currently have 3 kids with a 4th on the way, and that this president particularly demands of a more intense schedule for his vice president between foreign and domestic trips. And
he probably goes to the Secret Service after this story breaks and be like, all right, guys, you know, you guys can come to me. We're like family here. Like, come on, dude.
Often cancellations, but what we were told by multiple sources is that this is direct frustration with the vice president and the second lady themselves, and that these are Secret Service men and women who have been on details in the past through Kamala Harris, through Mike Pence, and through other principles that get Secret Service protection. But we are told, in the words of one individual familiar with those protections situations, that they are fed up with the amount of canceling and last-minute plans and the demands that it is placing on them, the ones that are by statute in Congress, the ones that are ordered to keep this very family protected. And that in our conversations, that on Wednesday of last week or Thursday last week, the orders to have Vance and his 9-year-old son fly to Joint Base Andrews for a golf lesson was essentially the tipping point using military helicopter. And that this...
Like, why not just drive him? Why not just drive him? I don't get it, man. I don't understand how people like this even exist.
Came just weeks after a military helicopter was used to do essentially a home tours in Middleburg, Virginia, for where they would be buying a second residency. And that after chronic understaffing that goes back years in the Secret Service, that the demands and the expectations of the Vance family on their protection is pushing them to the brink in a moment where keeping the family safety in mind every step of the way is at the forefront of their minds, but they're struggling.
Not a single person will ever want to work. Not a single person will ever ever want to work for the Secret Service again.
To feel like they are in the position to.
Nobody gives that much of a shit to assassinate Vance. It'd be like putting down a really ugly
Effectively able to
pug.
do that.
True.
Well, and costs money, and it comes at a moment when Americans are struggling and where the vice president, who came to fame through his retelling of his own life story, Hillbilly Elegy, is now saying this about the many perks of being vice president. Take a listen.
When playing games on PC, do you ever wonder if someone had a clip with you in it?
No, I don't. I'm not downloading metal.
I think that what Mamaw would be worried about, and it's something I worry about too, is like my life is, dude, totally transformed. I don't go to the grocery store anymore. People go to the grocery store for me. Most of my meals, like when I cook a meal, it's like I love to cook, actually. I'm a big baker. I like to cook for my kids as a special occasion, but I don't have to cook anymore because I've got an army of people who are willing to like cook me my food.
What the fuck are you bragging about? What the fuck, dude?
Life is so weird. I fly around on a 757, no more TSA lines for me and the kids. It's so weird, but it can become the sort of thing that if you internalize it, you start to be an entitled.
Might be a self-description there. But I mean, I think it's really interesting. He's a long way away from Hillbilly Elegy. He's Yale, he's a venture capitalist. We can tell his story. But it's also interesting that this is dropping now. We got to think about palace intrigue.
Please.
We have to think about what's going on in terms of 2028. Who's trying to kind of take the shine?
I don't know, man. Like, why would you admit to this shit, dude? Why would you admit to the shit that you do? Why would you admit to abusing your staff as the vice president of the United States of America, man? Like, are you fucking stupid? Are you, like, beyond dumb? I don't know, man.